Struggling to put food on the table for your family is unfortunately a reality for many Canadians, but most of us cannot even imagine the extreme poverty that faces people in other countries. For many people living in developing nations, it is a life and death reality every day. As we first told you earlier this week, A-News reporter Louise Hartland had the opportunity to travel to Honduras in December with World Vision. And while she was there, Louise met many families struggling to provide just basic needs for their children. All of them living in a country where every day is a fight to survive.
These are the faces of Honduras, innocent children with wide eyes and hearts full of hope. But life can be a struggle for each of them every day. 8 million people call this breathtaking country home, where lush landscapes meet high mountain ranges and vast valleys. Honduras is in Central America, sandwiched between Guatemala, Nicaragua, and El Salvador. The northern coast lies on the Caribbean Sea. The tropical coastline is a tourist destination, popular with divers, adventurers, and sun-seekers. But behind the curtain of the perfect holiday lies a country in turmoil. We're going to have a meeting with local staff who are going to explain a little bit about the region and what we can expect while we're here. We traveled to Honduras on a humanitarian trip with World Vision. The organization provides programs to help people in the world's poorest countries get off their feet, to try to make life better for themselves, their families, and their communities. This is where Jenny sleeps. Together with a team from World Vision Canada, I'm here to see what everyday life is like for the children of Honduras. This is the second poorest country in Central America. And you can really see the poverty all around you. Close to 36% of people living here are unemployed or underemployed, leaving millions of people struggling to survive.
The statistics says that we are living with $1 per day. So that means that we don't have that much opportunities to get a job and to make money for the basic needs of the family.
It's not enough. What I earn, it's not enough for me to buy what my kids need.
For many years, the Honduran economy relied heavily on exporting bananas and coffee. Today, more industries are emerging. Factories are abundant in major cities, producing textiles and auto parts. Still, for many families, the wage isn't enough. And while the education system is free, for some, the costs associated with sending a child to school are too high.
I get worried when they have to go to school because you have to provide them with uniforms, books, shoes, everything.
Children are often put to work instead to support their families. The desperation of widespread poverty forces many of the country's deeply religious people to abandon their faith.
There are many neighborhoods and there are many areas in the country which the gangs are the main problem for them. And they are sometimes very afraid of to be killed or to be robbed.
It's really dangerous, especially at night when it's dark. There are no electrical lights.
So dangerous, our Honduran guides didn't want us driving after dark. At night, many of the highways are taken over by gangs. Daylight reveals the beauty of this destitute country. The families, the children, and their promise. Promise to grow, adapt, and learn to better their lives. But the reality is they can't do it alone. And some of the country's smallest and poorest citizens are counting on Canadians to help.
Louise joins us now live with more. Louise, those smiles are infectious. There are hundreds of thousands of children living in similar conditions all over the world. What can people on Vancouver Island do to help?
Hudson, sponsoring a Child Through the World Vision campaign for children will give them a chance at a better life, something every child deserves. $35 a month gives them access to better health care, nutritious food, and a proper education. We have a goal to sponsor 2,000 children by March 31st. To find out more about World Vision or how to sponsor a child, go to worldvision.ca/BC or call the number on your screen.
Hudson.
Well, the people of Vancouver Island have shown us many times their caring heart, and we know that we can count on them this time.
Hope so.
Louise, thank you.
Thanks.